Hello and welcome to Skeeton for the Desmond Cup final of 2017 between Broadford United and Glin Rovers. It's a lovely evening for a game of soccer here in Clownreask in the Desmond League facility. And I call out the Broadford United team to there now as Patrick Stack is in goals. Dylan Kelly is playing a right full back with John Paul King and Joe McAuliffe in the two centre halves. Brian Hannigan is left full back. Sean Brosnan is right wing with Michal Brosnan and Gary Egan midfield. And who's on the other wing? Who's I said? Sean Brosnan, and just I'm after losing my train of thought. Sean Brosnan and Timmy Larkin on the other wing, and Willie O'Brien playing off a rail inch up front. I'll go with the Glin team now. Is Sean Lyons number 1, Brian O'Donovan number 2, Kevin Sweeney number 3, Ty Culhan number 4, Gary Culhan number 5, Oliver Wallace number 6, James Wallace number 7, Shane Culhan number 8, Paul Sheehan is captain number 9, Darren Sheehan number 10, and Jory Reardon 11. Now we'll have a few words from John Neenan, who's my co-commentator today.
Well, just in the last minute, Willie Duggan is indisposed through silage work. We wish him all the best and hope that the rain doesn't come too soon. We will see him later tonight. This is the first meeting of Glin Rovers and Broadford United in a Desmond Cup final, and it's eagerly awaited. The pitch is in manicure condition. Indeed, one of the finest soccer pitches I have ever seen. And it should be an enthralling contest. Broadford raging hot favourites. They should win the game. Bit worried about overconfidence. They say that Broadford are good to protect the lead, but equally so, I would fear if Glin score first, they will make things very difficult for Broadford. They have a very physical back four, and we look forward to the game. And over to my commentator, Owen Barry.
Thanks, John. Of course, Glin are going for back-to-back titles after winning it last year, and Broadford looking for their first Desmond Cup title since 2003. 14 years is a long number of years to wait for the Desmond Cup for a successful club like Broadford. We've been to a couple of finals since then, but haven't come out on the right side of them. Hopefully today will be a different story, as the captains pose for the photos with the O'Brien is our referee, with assistant referees John Roach and Paddy Manning, and Eugene Noonan is the fourth official. And we wish them all the best. Hopefully we won't be talking about them too much throughout the game. And it looks like Broadford are playing from left to right as Patrick Stack heads away down to our left hand side here. The Glin Rovers captain prepares to tip off at about 25 to 8. There's a fine crowd gathering over on the far side, and here at the stand side as well there's a fine crowd. It's a grand evening for the game. Hopefully it'll be a contest that certainly the Broadford crowd will enjoy. As Paul Sheehan gets the game underway, back to his number 6, Shane Culhane. And there's a dangerous ball there, but Brian Hannigan comes across and cuts it out up towards Willie O'Brien. Willie O'Brien competes in there with number 4, Ty Culhane. Shawnee Brosnan's onto it, and there's a possible free there. It was a free indeed. Gary Culhane fouled Sean Brosnan. Willie O'Brien plays a quick out to Ray Lynch. With Brian Hannigan come down his outside. Hannigan now takes a touch. Has a look in front of him. Micheál Brosnan come towards him. Is out to Timmy Larkin out on the far side. Larkin back on his right. Back out to Willie O'Brien. Willie O'Brien with a great cross in. Ray Lynch is inside. Oh! And Bodge bounced over Sean Brosnan. Ray Lynch with a bicycle kick. Very, very unlucky. Very, very promising attack from Broadford to start it. And Ray Lynch very, very unlucky with his acrobatic attempt. As the keeper, Sean Lyons, pumps it out on the far side. Brian Hannigan is beaten in the air. Back towards John McAuliffe. McAuliffe wins it in the air, and it's out for the sideline on the far side to Glin. John, very good attack for Broadford to start with.
A very bright start, very intelligent football, exciting football, and just the goalkeeper was standing in the right position when Ray had that beautiful kick over his head.
And Glin have been penalised for a foul throw on the far side, as Brian Hannigan now with the ball to take the throw for Broadford. Plays up to Micheál Brosnan, and it's out for another throw. Hannigan now looking into the middle, comes back to Timmy Larkin. Larkin loses control of it, and it's out for a throw ball to Glin this time. With Brian O'Donovan preparing to take it. O'Donovan takes it, but Hannigan beats into it. And into the middle, Willie O'Brien now with the ball at his feet. Willie used it intelligently into Micheál Brosnan. Brosnan with a good ball up to Ray Lynch. Lynch takes a touch out to Willie O'Brien. O'Brien up to Timmy Larkin. Larkin takes a touch and back to Willie O'Brien. O'Brien looks into the middle, into Brian Hannigan. Hannigan into Timmy Larkin. Larkin, a great ball out to Willie O'Brien. O'Brien has a chance to cross. He doesn't. He looks again. Takes a touch down into Brian Hannigan. Hannigan now coming in. Willie O'Brien on his left foot has a chance to shoot. He doesn't, but Brian Hannigan going through, and the ball would just about nearly Micheál Brosnan was in there at the back post, but a good clearance from the number 4 for Glin, Ty Culhane, as Brian Hannigan comes out again to take in the far side. Hannigan back to Willie O'Brien. Willie seen an awful lot of ball to start with here. Hannigan looks to get past the full back, Brian O'Donovan, and it's not going out for a corner though. Micheál Brosnan gets a touch on that. Number 6, Oliver Wallace, clears it up the field, up towards the big man, Paul Sheehan, Joe McAuliffe, and it's out for the throw on the far side again. Willie O'Brien has started very brightly for Broadford in the middle of the field. He's getting on an awful lot of ball, as Brian O'Donovan prepares to take the throw for Glin. O'Donovan with a long ball, but Micheál Brosnan wins it in the air, and Willie O'Brien with a lovely touch to Timmy Larkin now for another throw. That's the 5th or 6th throw in a matter of a couple of minutes. Brian Hannigan now with the ball. Plays it to the feet of Timmy Larkin. Larkin controls it on his chest, back out to Micheál Brosnan. Brosnan out wide here now, and out to Willie O'Brien. Willie O'Brien back to John Paul King, the Newtown man. King with the ball at his feet, out to Joe McAuliffe. McAuliffe now, and all the way out to Brian Hannigan. Hannigan with acres of space out on the far side. Has his options, plays. Looked to be playing to Micheál Brosnan, but it might work out yet. It comes out to Willie O'Brien. O'Brien now out here to Dylan Kelly. Dylan Kelly with Sean Brosnan out here beside him, but he plays Gary Egan in the middle. Back to O'Brien again. O'Brien out to Joe McAuliffe. McAuliffe now. He looked to put it long, he won't. Plenty of time at the ball at his feet, plays it into middle into Willie O'Brien. Micheál Brosnan. Broadford really controlling the tempo of this game so far, out to Gary Egan. Egan, that's a great ball into Ray Lynch, just cut out by number 5 Gary Culhane. And there's a dangerous ball out here for Joe Reardon. Reardon Tries to take on Micheál Brosnan. He doesn't get past Brosnan. Micheál plays it back to John Paul King, who plays it out to Gary Egan into the middle and into Willie O'Brien. It hits off Paul O'Brien, our referee, but Willie out to Brian Hannigan out on the far side with lots of room to run into. Hannigan is moving forward at pace. Hannigan with a good ball into Ray Lynch. Lynch with a good touch out to Larkin. Larkin back into the middle. That was late. Late on Gary Egan there. John Broadford really controlling the tempo. Glin haven't hardly had a chance to get control of the ball yet.
Yeah, Broadford are completely in control, but Glin are playing it very tight at the back and just making it very difficult for that last pass to be played through. But definitely Broadford are playing the better opening stages of the game.
As Dylan Kelly goes over to take this free. Of course, Broadford United scored one from a very, very similar position in the Munster Junior Cup semi-final against St. Michael's when Joe McAuliffe got on the end of it. McAuliffe is moving inside in the middle again. It's a good ball in from Kelly, but it's safely into the hands of Sean Lyons. Lyons now takes his time coming out with it. He humps it long down the middle towards Brian Hannigan and Joe Reardon, or Paul Sheehan. This is Joe Reardon on the ball, number 11. That's a good ball into the middle, in towards Darren Sheehan. Darren Sheehan out here to number 6, Oliver Wallace. No, sorry. And Sean Brosnan, soft Shane Culhane with won the free there off Sean Brosnan. It's a dangerous opportunity, dangerous scoring opportunity here for Glin now. The one thing I will say about the Glimmen, they have a lot of big fellas, a good few fellas over the 6 foot, which is Joe McAuliffe is probably the only man from Broadford that's over the 6 foot. So they have an advantage for these kind of crosses. And Shane Culhane prepares to take it. And low attempt. Patrick Stack spills it, but Ray Lynch gets it out. And Timmy Larkin completes the clearance out here. It was a dangerous one.
Yes, that was dangerous, but that'll be an awakener there for Patrick Stack. And these frees can be very dangerous there at the edge of the box because, as Owen said, the Glin players are very big men.
And it's out over the sideline here again for a Glin throw. As Darren Sheehan prepares to take it. Sheehan has gone out again here now. Number 6.
Come on, Broadford, lift it. Come on,
Dylan Kelly with the ball. He's looking into the middle, but he played to Micheál Brosnan. Brosnan back to Dylan Kelly. Kelly plays a great ball up to Ray Lynch. Ray Lynch, good touch. Lynch gets another touch and back to John Paul King. King takes a touch. Takes his time and he played out wide to Brian Hannigan. Hannigan is out wide. That's a good ball out to Brian Hannigan. Hannigan with time now to survey his options into Joe McAuliffe into the middle. McAuliffe with a good ball into Gary Egan and plays it back to Joe McAuliffe. McAuliffe into Ray. He came through him there. He's not getting a free for it though. And the ball is back out towards Brian Hannigan. Hannigan out to Sean Brosnan. Sean Brosnan with a chance to take his man on. He looks to take him on. He's going wide. He's gone. A good ball into Gary Egan. Egan, poor first touch from Gary. And they clear it again, but they're only half clearing it all the time. And it's back out to Willie O'Brien now. Willie O'Brien with a chance to swing it in. That's a beautiful cross from O'Brien, but it doesn't beat the first man. And back out here to Joe Reardon. O'Reardon with Dylan Kelly with a good challenge. And Micheál Brosnan will get back. Joe Reardon is still going. But eventually, Micheál Brosnan dispossesses him and into Gary Egan. Gary Egan all the way out to Brian Hannigan. No, he won't. Back out to Joe McAuliffe. McAuliffe out to Brian Hannigan. Hannigan with time now on the ball. Back to Joe. Joe has a look up. Not much going on. He goes back out to Brian Hannigan again. Hannigan faced by Paul Sheehan. Back up to Joe McAuliffe into Micheál Brosnan and all the way back out to Gary Egan. Egan. Broadford really are getting on time in the ball. Glin are, as John said, really set back. They've 6 at the back. As there's a ball through here that's running wide, but Glin seem to be setting up with nearly a defensive setup of 6 at the back and a bank of 3 in front of that with the lone striker playing up front. It's allowing Broadford an awful lot of time on the ball, but to find that final pass has proved difficult so far. As Sean Lyons prepares to take the kick out. Lyons with a good ball into the middle of the field. It's under Micheál Brosnan was pushing the back there surely from Oliver Wallace. There wasn't. And the ball is up in there. Brosnan and Wallace again. Brosnan wins it again. And Ray Lynch competing with Ty Culhane back out to Micheál Brosnan. Brosnan was nicked in the ankle there out to Willie O'Brien. O'Brien with time again now. Plays up to Brian Hannigan. Hannigan back to O'Brien. O'Brien into Timmy Larkin with the full back. Brian O'Donovan wins that. Out to number 7, James Wallace. Wallace with a good ball up the wing, but Joe McAuliffe cuts that out now for another throw on the far side. Hannigan back into Willie O'Brien. O'Brien. And they're kind of walking themselves into trouble a small bit here, but they get out of it. And Brosnan into the middle of the field where there's no Broadford man. And Oliver Wallace with a dangerous ball forward. Dylan Kelly loses sight of the ball. There's a chance for Glin here. It's number 9. Oh, disaster for Broadford. It's Paul Sheehan, the Glin Rovers captain. That's an absolute disaster for Broadford. John, that's the one thing we didn't want happening.
Very much so. A very easy shot. The Broadford defence really lost the run of themselves. There was no sweeper. And I thought the goalkeeper could have done a little bit better.
Yeah, Patrick seemed to kind of overdive a small bit and it went under his arms. With what have we gone? We've 10 minutes gone. Glin Rovers lead 1-0 to captain Paul Sheehan. Broadford have to lift themselves now, and that'll suit Glin down to the ground. As I said, they were playing defensive game before that, but I can imagine now that they're going to even go more defensive as Brian Hannigan comes forward here on the far side. Hannigan driving forward into Ray Lynch. Ray Lynch is in behind the back four. John Roach says it's offside here. He's in a better position than I was, so I won't comment on him. Yeah, Broadford really have to get back on the ball now again and continue to play the way they were playing, but as I said, Glin setting up defensively now, it'll be difficult to break them down. And they might not get too many chances, so they have to take them when they occur. As Sean Lyons takes the kick out, Gary Egan is competing in the air with Darren Sheehan, and it comes out here to John Paul King. King with Sean Brosnan ahead of him. Out to Dylan Kelly. Kelly back to King. King. King back to Gary Egan. Sean Brosnan beaten for the ball by Shane Culhan, and it's back to number 4, Ty Culhan, and puts it forward up to King. I don't even think Glin are playing with a striker at the moment, to be honest. Well done, Willie O'Brien. Great challenge by Willie O'Brien in the middle of the field. That's what Broadford need to win them tackles, and that's hoofed forward.
Broadford were very successful in playing a 4-5-1, and I had a fear that Glin would have seen them a bit too often, and they've matched that this evening by playing 4-5-1 themselves, and it's working for Glin at the moment.
It is definitely. I'd even say they were playing a 4-6. They're not really playing with a centre forward, but the centre forward was there at the right time. Paul Sheehan to pounce and the chance that came their way as John Paul King brings it forward up to Ray Lynch, the lone striker for Broadford. Lynch, but that's a great unlucky from John Paul King, nearly threading it through, but King is competing in there. He wins that from number 6, Oliver Wallace. Brian Hannigan back to Joe McAuliffe. McAuliffe back to Hannigan and back to Willie O'Brien. Willie O'Brien now. Broadford really though, they're struggling to find options. Timmy Larkin. That's a good ball. Hannigan is in, looking to get in behind. That's a free out, probably. No. Chance for Hannigan. Lynch. No. Half a chance. Thought it was probably a free to Glin there, but he didn't give it. It's a very tough job for Ray up front in his own today, John.
Absolutely. The centre pair there of Ty Culhan and Gary Culhan. Maybe I might be wrong, but the centre pair, they're very strong, know what they're doing and doing it well.
Yeah, he's fighting a lone furrow, and chances like that, we mightn't get too many of them the way the Glin are setting up, so we have to be capitalising on them. Sean Lyons takes the kick out. Gary Egan competing in the air. He's beaten to it by Darren Sheehan. Sheehan back out. It's going to run all the way in. Joe McAuliffe, keeper should come for it. Keeper come for it. Patrick Stack. Back out to Joe McAuliffe. McAuliffe into Gary Egan. Egan back out to Brian Hannigan. Hannigan into the middle of the field into Micheál Brosnan. Micheál Brosnan beats the first man. He goes off in a run down through the middle of the field. Brosnan, very hard man to stop when he's going at pace. Brosnan still going. He's great ball out to Brian Hannigan though. Hannigan now with a chance to cross. Hannigan is going to run all the way. Played it for Timmy Larkin, but just too much pace in it and ran all the way out towards over the in-line. Even already you can see by the Glin goalkeeper, they're not very anxious to play, get the ball back and play very quick. There's the number 6 here. Oliver Wallace is looking for it, and Darren Sheehan is looking at the far side. He plays it towards Wallace. The ball, he had a man in the middle of the field. King jumps at him. Neither of them win it. But back towards here, Dylan Kelly there. Oh! I think if ever there was a good foul to give away, I think that was a good foul to give away, because there was a man in his outside as well. And it was a tactical, no, it was a good free to give away maybe in that instance. As the goal scorer Paul Sheehan prepares to take this. He looks like he's going to have a crack at this. It's 40 yards out. Sean Broadford having a very big wall. Willie O'Brien, Timmy Larkin and Sean Brosnan. He doesn't have a crack at it. He's a good dangerous ball in. And Joe McAuliffe with a good clearance out towards Micheál Brosnan. Brosnan now time to turn and pace. Ray Lynch now. Ray back into the middle into Willie O'Brien. Willie O'Brien, that's a good touchdown for Timmy Larkin. Timmy Larkin now. Larkin with Micheál Brosnan tearing up on his outside. Micheál Brosnan, great ball back. Oh! Inches from being the perfect pass from Micheál Brosnan into Timmy Larkin. Back out. Two boys get mixed up in the middle of the field, but it's back out to Brian Hannigan. Hannigan out to John Paul King. King with loads and time the ball out to Willie O'Brien. Good ball into the middle. It's not too high for Ray Lynch as Glin again look to counter. And Dylan Kelly being chased down by Joe Reardon. Kelly will have to be sure here. Well done. He done well there. And Patrick Stack plays a quick ball out to Joe McAuliffe. McAuliffe now. Again with loads of time to bring the ball to the halfway line. McAuliffe comes exactly to the halfway line and plays it out to Brian Hannigan. Hannigan not being pressurising the ball at all. Out to Gary Egan. Egan plays it into Willie O'Brien. O'Brien back to Joe McAuliffe. McAuliffe now 10 yards inside the Glin half. Plays a good ball out in the left wing out to Brian Hannigan. Hannigan now with a chance to cross. That's a good cross from Hannigan. There's someone in there. Willie O'Brien is in there. But Oliver Wallace beats him in the air and it's out for a corner ball. It's more promising from Broadford. As Willie O'Brien goes out to take it. Plays a shot from the Sean Brosnan. Brosnan now with O'Brien on his outside. Willie O'Brien with a chance. That's a good shot. And the ball comes back out. Is it gone out for another corner? Out for another corner off the head of James Wallace. Will they fall for the second time? They won't. Willie O'Brien will swing this one in. Willie O'Brien now prepares to swing this in his left foot. That's a high one to the back post. He's aiming for Joe McAuliffe. It beats Joe McAuliffe, who goes back to retrieve it with Timmy Larkin outside him. He doesn't. He decides to cross it himself. It's a good ball in. And the keeper, Sean Lyons, claims it comfortably. It's too close to the keeper. Lyons plays it out to his right full back. He plays a long ball up the field, up the no one out over the sideline again. And Brian Hannigan takes the throw for what must be nearly his 10th time at this stage into Joe McAuliffe. McAuliffe out to Micheál Brosnan. Brosnan plays to feet. And Joe McAuliffe still able to bring it forward. Has Gary Egan free if he wants him. He doesn't. He goes back to John Paul King. King. Loads of time on the ball. He drives forward into the middle of the field. Plays it out to Gary Egan. Gary Egan now with chance into Willie O'Brien. O'Brien with the ball at his feet. Lovely dancing feet from Willie O'Brien. Chance to swing it in. He doesn't swing it in. He plays it to the feet of Micheál Brosnan. Brosnan doesn't lose possession. Back to Gary Egan. Back to Willie O'Brien again. Great ball into Timmy Larkin. Timmy Larkin. Well done, Timmy. Oh, just a final pass as they play it out here. But Dylan Kelly looks like he might make this from Joe Reardon, but he doesn't. Reardon makes it. Reardon, and it's a throw ball for Glin. It's a frustrating defensive play against John. As Glin take the throw up towards Oliver Wallace. Wallace nogs it on. Back to Wallace again. Wallace with 2 men on him. And it's out over the sideline. Out over the sideline here, yeah. With nearly 20 minutes. Nearly 20 minutes of the first half of the Desmond Cup final gone. Broadford trailing 1-0, but have had all the possession and I won't say a lucky goal to Glin, but it was well taken. But Broadford kind of fell asleep at the back as Brian Hennigan now in the far wing. With John McAuliffe behind him. McAuliffe up towards the halfway line and over the halfway line. Still going forward. McAuliffe trying to draw someone towards him. They're not coming towards him. Out to Micheál Brosnan. Brosnan into Willie O'Brien. Out to Dylan Kelly. Dylan Kelly into Micheál Brosnan. Brosnan. Great ball into... Oh, Sean Brosnan tearing down his man. It's a corner, no. Throw ball or a wide ball. Sean Lyons gathers the ball and prepares to take another kick out for Glin Rovers. Look to play the short one out to Kevin Sweeney. But he elects to go along with it. 20 minutes have elapsed and Broadford down 1-0. As Lyons into the middle of the field, Wallace the man again to target it. Willie O'Brien. Oh, he came through in there. Kevin Sweeney came through late and Willie O'Brien. Broadford are going to have to think of something to do here because, especially from them set pieces, they're still trying to play it through the lines, but maybe they might have to go route one. That's a good ball in from Gary Egan. There's a chance inside. There is a chance inside. Is there a goal? A goal for Broadford United. An optimistic ball in from Gary Egan. And it was headed into the goal by the number 8. I think it was the number 8 for Glin Rovers, Shane Culhane. Very fortuitous goal, John, but badly needed.
That was an own goal, Owen. Yeah. Yes, they're congratulating Micheál Brosnan, but that was an own goal. Very fortuitous indeed, but they put on a bit of pressure. And I hope now that Broadford will tighten up, especially at the back, where I think they're a bit loose in the first 20 minutes. And they're back in the game at a very good early stage.
Yeah, thanks, John. It was the number 8, I think, Shane Culhane. I think it was anyway. I'm not 100% sure on it, but with 3 minutes gone, back to all square as Glin are attacking down the far side again, but John McAuliffe cuts it out. And back to Brian Hannigan is fouled. Keeper might have been a couple of yards too far off his line for that as well, and wasn't expecting his own man to try and lob him, which he did expertly. And Joe McAuliffe is coming forward. Out to Timmy Larkin, Larkin out to Brian Hennigan, Hennigan with Gary Egan in the middle of the field. Gary has it out. Oh, I was wrong. Number 2 that got the own goal, Brian O'Donovan. Out to Gary Egan here again. Egan now. That's a great ball into Raylands. Oh, unlucky. Throw ball, Broadford. What? Throw to Glin. Didn't see any touch, but however the referee has overruled his linesman. Is Glin prepared to take the throw up towards Oliver Wallace. Wallace with the header on, but Dylan Kelly's there for Broadford. Back to Gary Egan and back all the way back to John Paul King. King with me out on his far side. It's a great ball out to Brian Hennigan. Hennigan with a good touch, brings it forward. Timmy Larkin is free out on the far side. Larkin with the ball at his feet. It's good. His throw is back again. Willie O'Brien. Timmy Larkin and is dispossessed by number 7, James Wallace. As it's a throw ball for Broadford on the far side, Brian Hennigan looking for the ball to take it. Hennigan into Timmy Larkin. Larkin does very well for the small man. A great ball into Brian Hennigan. Hennigan's got in around the back. Oh! Ray was anticipating the ball maybe towards the back post where Brian played it to the near post. It's a great play there from Timmy Larkin though. Larkin again on the ball. Back towards Willie O'Brien. O'Brien out to Hennigan. Hennigan, just dispossessed by James Wallace. Wallace with the ball up and Hennigan gets a touch. Up to Paul Sheehan. Sheehan, well done, free. Joe McAuliffe just tugged at the jersey of Paul Sheehan there. Glin Rovers take the free kick with number 5, Gary Culhane, gone over to take it on the far side. Culhane with a long ball in towards Oliver Wallace. Wallace jumps with Joe McAuliffe. McAuliffe with a great header in the air. And it's played out wide here out towards Shane Culhane. Culhane facing Dylan Kelly with a dangerous ball in. And Joe McAuliffe for the second time in succession. Joe McAuliffe gets that out. Now with Broadford with a chance to break. Willie O'Brien with the ball at his feet. He turns and takes a turn. Out towards Brian Hennigan. Back into Willie O'Brien again. O'Brien is really dictating the pace of the game at the moment. Everything for Broadford is going through him. Out to Brian Hennigan. Hennigan is playing a stormer out in the wing. He's seen an awful lot of ball. Into Micheál Brosnan with Gary Egan inside him. Brosnan elects to take off on a run into Ray Lynch. Gary, as Glin come away out to Paul Sheehan. Sheehan with a hoof of a ball up the field. John McAuliffe should win this in the air. There's a push in the back, but he gets away with it. And out to Brian Hennigan. Hennigan does well, sells a dummy to the number 11, Joe Reardon, as Hennigan is coming forward. Out to Willie O'Brien. And Dylan Kelly now with the ball at his feet here and back into John Paul King. King with a good ball with number 8, Shane Culhane intercepts it. Culhane, that's a great ball up to the number 9, Paul Sheehan. Sheehan on John Paul King, he gets past King. And Micheál Brosnan, a great tackle by Micheál Brosnan. Brosnan now charging forward, plays it out. Sean Brosnan, his brother is gone. Will he give it to him? He won't. He'll go back into the middle. Brosnan nearly trips himself over but keeps it under control. That's a great ball out to Sean Brosnan. Sean Brosnan with a chance to swing it in now. Oh, unlucky from Sean. Broadford have improved a lot in the last 5 minutes, John.
Yeah, the confidence have come back now and they're playing some wonderful football and a great movement, and Sean Brosnan went into a great position there. It was just unfortunate that he didn't have complete control of the ball, but still a bit worried. I think we play a lot of the ball, shot balls in the middle of the field, and if it breaks down we can at times get exposed at the back. We don't seem to be as safe and solid. We don't seem to have the numbers there at times, but things are looking good at the moment.
As Sean Lyons prepares to take it out, it's a bad one this time as Shane Culhane wins it in the air. And Joe McAuliffe again. Joe McAuliffe playing a stormer there since the half. Oh, Ray was surely fouled there. He wasn't. With the ball of Willie O'Brien. Out to Gary Egan. Egan back out to Willie O'Brien. Willie O'Brien plays it out to Timmy Larkin. And out to Brian Hennigan. Hennigan, a great ball down the outside. Hennigan is charging forward. Now what will he do? That's a great ball in, and it's not gone out yet. No, it's not. Back out to Timmy Larkin. Larkin plays it out to Willie O'Brien. Out to Timmy Larkin. Larkin with the ball at his feet. Larkin takes him on. Dispossessed inside in this occasion though, and the Glin Rovers come away with the ball. Out to Darren Sheehan here, out near us, and plays it out here to the fullback, Shane Culhane, number 8 for Glin. Up to Paul Sheehan now, the captain for Glin. Back to Kevin Sweeney, dispossessed. And Willie O'Brien now with a chance to counter for Broadford. Willie has Micheál Brosnan in front of him. He was in 3 minds there. It's not to mind too what he was going to do with it. As Glin again get a chance to counter, it's a dangerous enough ball forward, and Joe McAuliffe wins it in the air. Nice touchdown, but Joe Reardon wins, gets there before him. Out to his captain Paul Sheehan. Sheehan now with time in the ball, tackled by Dylan Kelly, and that's probably Glin ball, says Paul O'Brien. As Shane Culhane prepares to take the throw in here. Back to his number 7, James Wallace. Or number 3, I should say, Kevin Sweeney. Dylan Kelly dispossessed it into Oliver Wallace. And it's a good ball into the middle, into Darren Sheehan. Darren Sheehan out the ball at his feet, plays it out to Paul Sheehan, the centre forward. He's out in the left wing. He tries to go past Sean Brosnan. He can't go past Sean Brosnan. Gary Egan now back there with the ball at his feet. Egan looks to play it out there into John Paul King. King playing it risky enough back there, but they're getting away with it. Out to Dylan Kelly. Gary Egan now with a poor enough ball up the field, being honest. Kevin Sweeney intercepted. Sean Brosnan gets there. Sweeney into his number 5. That's a dangerous ball in. Dylan Kelly now. Out to Gary Egan. Gary Egan plays a great ball out to Willie O'Brien. Now with a chance to counter. That's a great ball out to Timmy Larkin. Larkin now is man-on-man with Ty Culhane. He'll take him on here. He could pull him down. He gets a great ball in. Ray just out jumped in the air. Falls out to Willie O'Brien. Out to Gary Egan. Gary Egan. Out to Brian Hennigan. Hennigan now. Gary Egan has gone through the middle. And back to Hennigan. Hennigan is straight through. Hennigan. Oh! I thought if he came this way, he might have had a chance. He went in the inside as opposed to coming the outside, and eventually ran into the keeper. We've approaching 30 minutes of the match elapsed as Glin have the ball here and on the attack with Joe Reardon. This fella's lively, he's good. Sean Brosnan, don't pull him down now, Sean. That's a great cross. It's just a bit too deep. As Brian Hannigan out to Timmy Larkin. Timmy Larkin with a lovely little turn. Back out to Hannigan. Joe McAuliffe takes over. Into Micheál Brosnan now. Going forward. Oh, surely a free there, ref. No, says the referee. And it's, Glin are after coming out a bit more as well, John, are they? I think they don't seem to be sitting back as much as they were in the first 20 minutes.
Definitely, they're coming out and they're playing a bit of football. And Joe Reardon especially and Paul Sheehan are causing a little trouble to the Broadford back four. Broadford playing very well at the moment. Willie O'Brien and Micheál Brosnan are really commanding the centre of the field and playing some great football at the moment. But you're just worried maybe that a wrong move or a bit of a slip-up could let Glin back in again. But at the moment, Broadford are playing a lot of football. Raylan should getting a lot of hard knocks as well.
As Glin are attacking out on the far side now, into Paul Sheehan. Out to Darren Sheehan. I don't know if they're related, but that's a great ball out to Shane Culhane. Culhane winded up on his left foot, and it's skewed off it and out over the in-line for a goal kick to Broadford. But again, dangerous enough. It was half a chance probably for Glin. It was a good ball in from Darren Sheehan. He picked out Shane Culhane. As Patrick Stack prepares to take this. Stack with a good ball up the field with one in the air by number 3, Kevin Sweeney. Joe McAuliffe puts it back down again as Brian O'Donovan comes out with it. Out to Darren Sheehan. Plays it out now on the far side and Sheehan is back on the ball again. And Ty Culhane now with a chance to put it forward, and he does put it forward, but it's Joe McAuliffe's ball all day long, and it's a great header down to Gary Egan. Willie O'Brien is free in the middle of the field. Willie O'Brien is picking up space every time Broadford are on the ball at the moment. As Brian Hannigan now comes forward and plays it into the middle into Gary Egan. Egan turns into trouble, but turns out of it as he's done so many years for Broadford. Plays a great ball up to Ray Lynch. Ray Lynch with a lovely touchdown, and Micheál Brosnan just tried to play it through to Timmy Larkin, but it was intercepted. And Glin Rovers left to go along again, and Dylan, and it's Joe Reardon beat John Paul King in the air there, but too far in Patrick Stack into Broadford. They're confident on the ball back there. I'll say that. Into Brian Hannigan. And Joe McAuliffe now able to come forward into the middle of the field again. Out to Gary Egan. Gary Egan wants Ray Lynch to come to him. It wasn't Ray Lynch. They got their wires crossed as Glin come forward again out to Oliver Wallace. Wallace plays it out here now to Shane Culhane. Culhane faced by Sean Brosnan. Sean Brosnan. The ball isn't going to go out. That ball isn't going to go. That's a free in the That's a great. Well done, Sean Brosnan. Well done, Sean Brosnan. Great work there from Sean Brosnan. And a great attacking opportunity now for Broadford tonight as Willie O'Brien looks to swing it in again. Are you sure about that, Marion? Are you sure about that?
Okay, we won't go there.
As Willie O'Brien swings it in. That's a great ball in. Ray Lynch inside his back post. I think it was John Paul King. He got touching it and barely went wide, but the goalkeeper didn't seem to panic about it, to be honest. John Paul. No. Willie O'Brien took the cross. As Sean Lyons prepares to take the kick out. And looking to go short again was Kevin Sweeney, but he tells him to clear on off the field, and he'll probably go for the big man in the middle of the field again, Oliver Wallace. He does indeed. Wallace is jumping with Ray Lynch this time. Lynch wins it in the air, a great header from the small man in the middle of the field. Plays it out to Shane Culhane, has it out here now, and John Paul King has this covered behind. He does. He was late there, he was late. And he's going to get a talking to for this. It looks like Micheál Brosnan and Ray Lynch have
swapped for a couple minutes, John, maybe to give Micheál a bit of a rest.
That's right, and maybe to give Ray a bit of a rest too, because the centre halves are hitting Ray very hard.
That's a dangerous ball in, but it's well dealt with behind by the centre half. As Glin will dump Sean Brosnan and Ray Lynch again on the ball. Oh, just dispossessed there at the vital time. And our Jorah Reardon is in behind again here. King will want to be careful. King does very well. Great tackle from John Paul King. That Jorah Reardon is very, very lively for Glin Rovers so far. Plays it out here now to Shane Culhane. Good touch from Sean Brosnan. They played out to Gary Culhane. And all the way out to Ty Culhane. I presume they're all rated somehow. And it's a dangerous ball here for Darren Sheehan. Sheehan gets a touch. That was an opportunity for Glin. Fell kindly to him. As Patrick Stack prepares to take a kick out. It's gone all the way out. Oh! Brian was kind of taken in the air there, but there's nothing for it. There's a throw to Glin on the other side. Brian is up quick and wins the header behind. Willie O'Brien gets a touch on it. And it's a dangerous ball in here now to Shane Culhane. Shane Culhane, that's a dangerous. Oh, it's Joe Reardon. Joe McAuliffe done very well to get back. Oh, great save from Patrick Stack. Great save from Patrick Stack, and Dylan Kelly completes the clearance. Oh! Sit down. A couple of fellas getting very excited here on the stand. I don't know why, because that was a definite yellow card.
My oh my, if there's no yellow card there on, that's a terrible decision. That was a desperate challenge.
He went straight through him. Straight through him. He's stayed down, he'll be alright.
We're back playing again.
As Joe McAuliffe out here towards Dylan Kelly. Kelly. Oh, Dylan is dispossessed by this Joe Reardon. Joe Reardon tearing forward now. Gary Egan comes to meet him. There's a dangerous ball inside. Good touch, great touch. Great touch from Brian Hennigan out towards Ray Lynch. Broadford just kind of fell asleep there for the second now. Ray Lynch is powering forward. Geez, he's moving fast for a man at 37 years of age. And it's just out over the sideline. Timmy Larkin maybe just missed a touch on it, and it's out over the sideline. As Glin Rovers prepared to take the kick out, I think it's number 4, Ty Culhane, on the far side. It takes the throw in into Oliver Wallace. Gary or Joe McAuliffe back there again though, out towards John Paul King. King, time on the ball. He elects to ignore Dylan Kelly, plays it into Willie O'Brien, who picks up that pocket of space in the middle of the field the whole time. That's a great ball up to Timmy Larkin. Larkin now with a chance to turn. That's a great ball for Brian Hennigan. Hennigan is up and down that wing all day long. Oh, it's going to run out for a corner. Out for throw ball. Back to Micheál Brosnan. Brosnan. Gary Egan now. Oh, lads here giving the ball away cheaply in the middle of the field. Out to number 5, Gary Culhane. Culhane out to Joe Reardon again. Joe Reardon is a danger man for Glin. There's no doubt about that. There's a good ball in. Oh, great. Very, very important tackle from John Paul King on Brian O'Donovan there. If he didn't get that, O'Donovan was bearing down 1-on-1 with Patrick Stack. Good touch from Dylan Kelly from the resulting throw as Shane Culhane prepares to take the throw in again. Up to Joe Reardon as we're approaching 40 minutes of the first half. And it's gone out for a throw-in for Glin again. As Shane Culhane again to take it. Culhane with a chance to swing it in. It doesn't. It goes out for a corner. Gary Culhane is coming over to take this, or it's not Gary Culhane, it's Kevin Sweeney, I think. Or it is Culhane. Gary Culhane is taking this one on the near corner here. It says Oliver Wallace makes a big run towards the near post, but it goes to the middle, and that's a great header from Gary Ray Lynch.
Ray, great header from Ray Lynch as Darren Sheehan chases out to win possession back for Glin Rovers. Plays it all the way back out to Kevin Sweeney. Sweeney now at the time as Willie O'Brien chases him down. There's a dangerous man here with Patrick. Was he off, John?
There certainly wasn't much in it.
I don't know. We'd be thankful that he was offside, but I've my doubts whether he was or not. As Patrick Stack prepares to take the free kick now. Stack that skews out over here as Sean Brosnan going to have to keep it in play. Well done, Sean Brosnan. Oh, lads. As done, Sean Brosnan, ankle hand into Oliver Wallace. Wallace now. That's a great ball in, but Joe McAuliffe is back there. Patrick Stack should come and claim it. He does. Mightn't do any harm for Broadford to see half time now, John.
Well, as we face half time, Joe Reardon is doing terrible damage down this wing, and when Jim Neal will get his men in at half time, he'll have to give close attention to Joe Reardon. He's the most dangerous man that Glin have.
Definitely, as the ball is hoofed out over here and up. With Dylan Kelly here now with the ball again. Kelly plays it up to Sean Brosnan. Sean Brosnan beaten for it by Shankle Hand. Micheál Brosnan dispossesses him back to number 3, Kevin Sweeney. Sweeney with the ball out here now with Dylan Kelly. Joe Reardon gets in behind Dylan Kelly as well. What's that for? I don't know what that free is for. But it's that man again that Joe Reardon that's causing the danger for Glin. As Gary Culhan will take this free kick here 10 yards inside the Broadford half of the field. We've about 41 or 2 minutes played now as Glin prepared to take this one from a dangerous position. There's a great ball in, it might be gone too far. It is. Patrick Stack claims it inside. As Micheál Brosnan is up front on his own. Bros got a touch in this one. Well done, Micheál Brosnan, got us possession of it. Now Brosnan bearing down, he's facing number 2. Bros, he's still going. He'll pull it back. Hits the side netting. Very, very, very unlucky from Micheál Brosnan there. Absolutely outstanding power and strength and pace. Very unlucky, John.
Yeah, great moment from Micheál. It's what we expect of Micheál, and the angle was a bit too tight, but a great shot. If it had been on target, I think it would have beaten the goalkeeper all ends up.
Definitely, and he's probably after giving him something a bit different up front now. He has a bit more strength than Ray, but Ray is definitely after coming into the game now since he's gone to the middle of the field as well. As Sean Lyons takes the kick out up towards Oliver Wallace. Lynch completes in the air. Wallace again. Brian Henning gets it. And again, Lynch, he must have gone 10 foot into the air there. But John Paul King. That's a dangerous ball out to Darren Sheehan. Sheehan now with a chance. Well done, King. He's dispossessed inside. And Gary Egan. Broadford worked their way out of it. Out to John Paul King. That's a great ball. He was off there. He was off. All right.
A fine crowd here this evening on. It's a very slow filling up, but it's a beautiful evening, the sun shining, and it's a picture setting. And great for any parents to have their kids out here this evening enjoying the sunshine.
It's true, and I was looking behind the goals there 10 or 15 minutes ago. There must have been 20 or 30 young lads in Broadford United tops, which is great to see. Boys and girls, I should say. As Glin Rovers taking their time over this free kick. It's a poor ball in, but John Paul King will win. Oh, he didn't. Stupid free from John Paul there, really, being honest. No need to draw a kick it like that. He has a tendency to make a few rash decisions at times, John Paul, and that was definitely one of them. That's a dangerous ball in. Oh, well done, Ray again. That's a free out. Ray Lynch again with a very important defensive header back there. Broadford are just coming under a bit of pressure now in the last 10 minutes as Glin have come out of their defensive shell really since Broadford scored the goal. Patrick Stack prepares to take out. Stack with a good ball up the field. He's looking for Micheál Brosnan. Brosnan with a good touch on. Timmy Larkin is beaten to it. But Gary Egan gets ahead and now on the far side, and Oliver Wallace now, but Gary Egan beats him, and Gary Egan goes down the outside of him. It's out over the sideline again on the far side. Is the field a good bit narrower here, John, than Broadford?
I wouldn't think so, and I'd say it's a big sized pitch. In fact, I would say if Broadford has played St. Michael's, we might have come away with a victory against them if it had been played here, because that beautiful surface suits Broadford.
Definitely for the game, Broadford trying to play as Brian Hannigan tears down the far side. It didn't. Goal kick. Brian Hannigan is up and down that wing there the whole time. His time is up, so we're awaiting. I don't know, the fourth official. The fourth official will put up I suppose there'll be a minute or two in him. And Sean Lyons prepares to take out. Lyons with a good ball into the middle of the field. Oliver Wallace is jumping again with Lynch. Lynch wins it again in there. He's won every header in between the two of them, and he's given away about 6 or 7 inches. And it's hoofed out over on the far side. There's 1 minute of added time in the first half. Brian Hannigan now preparing to take the throw for Broadford. Hannigan plays into Timmy Larkin. Larkin with a touch on, but it's cut out by Ty Culhan. That's a long ball up to no one. Good touch, and Dylan Kelly brings it under control. Gary Egan out to Joe McAuliffe. Out to Willie O'Brien. That's a lovely ball over the top for Timmy Larkin. Larkin now, will he swing it in? He won't. He'll hold it up. Is he going to beat him? Well done, Timmy. Timmy Larkin with a super cross in. Oh! Goalkeeper Sean Lyons dropped it on the first occasion and regained possession. A fantastic cross from Timmy Larkin. As the referee, Paul O'Brien, blows for the half-time whistle, it's Broadford United 1, Glin Rovers 1. John, I suppose it started off with Broadford having an awful lot of the possession but not really creating chances. And Glin got the goal then kind of on the counter, and Broadford then threatened, but it was a fortuitous goal. And since they got the goal, Glin have come out and we were going to go open game of football here now.
Yeah, once Broadford got the goal, and as you say, very fortuitous goal, but Glin have come out and started playing football. But I think that will suit Broadford in the long run, because a lot of the time now, Glin only have playing 3 at the back, and that will create openings for Broadford. Jim Nealon will not be too happy, but I suppose having conceded a goal and getting a fortuitous equaliser, he'll go in reasonably happy at half-time. Reardon is a worry, because if he gets a break, he'll make a good ball for Paul Sheehan, and Glin probably had maybe a few of the better chances. Patrick Stack had to bring off one great save, and I haven't seen the Glin goalkeeper being asked to make too many saves. Now he dropped the ball there just before half-time, but there really haven't been a very good shot at goals.
No, but I suppose Broadford are getting in behind. It's just that final ball that they're failing with at the moment. But as John said, as Glin have come out and are beginning to come out a bit more attacking, there's leaving space in behind, which Brian Hannigan, Timmy Larkin on the far side and Sean Brosnan on this side are getting in behind them. We'll leave it there, so we might go for the cut. And we're just getting ready here now for the second half. Broadford United 1, Glin Rovers 1. Paul Sheehan with the goal for Glin Rovers after about 9 minutes, and Brian O'Donovan with an own goal then that equalised for Broadford.
Just on a few interesting snippets there. Timmy Larkin, who's there in front of us now at the moment, number 3. Timmy is doing his leaving cert on either, I think, Wednesday probably. He's starting his leaving cert on Wednesday, and fair play to him for turning out in the Desmond Cup final here tonight. Another interesting snippet is JJ Murphy, a great servant of the Broadford United Club. JJ played here in the Desmond Cup final in 2000. Maybe not here. We played in 2004 in the Desmond Cup final, and it was his last competitive game in soccer, in junior soccer for Broadford. In 2003 he played here. In 2004 he broke his leg in the first game of the season playing with Broadford. And he came back in 2005 and was unfortunate enough to break his leg a second time. And after that he called it a day. But he continued to serve the club as treasurer, and was a great servant to the club, and is still doing it. And just an interesting snippet about Desmond Cup finals. I also want to congratulate the girls under 14 who won the Desmond Schoolboys Girls League, and the boys under 16 who won the Desmond Schoolboys under 16 Cup. I was lucky enough to see that game, and the future of Broadford soccer is in good hands. They have a terrific team, and I want to congratulate them.
Thanks, John. Yeah, there's great work on in the club between the boys and the girls at the moment. Any Saturday morning you go back there, you'd see up to 50 children back in the field, and it's great to see. And just to add to JJ's thing there, it was against Abbey Field he broke his leg in the first game of the season in 2004, and he was unfortunate enough to do it again against Abbey Field behind an Abbey Field in 2005, and he hung him up after that. I don't think there's any change on either side as they're trying to clear the children from the back of the goals here. No, there's definitely no change in the Broadford team, and I don't see any change in the Glin team either, as Ray Lynch prepares to take the tip off in the middle of the field. And we're now at 24 minutes to 9. So what's 45 into that? 24 and 25 past 9 or thereabouts. We should know who'll be lifting the cup, or we might be heading to extra time. We'll never know as the ball is played out here to Brian Hannigan. Hannigan now, ball back into John Paul King. King now, good ball up to Timmy Larkin here. Larkin with the ball. Great touch from Larkin. But Brian Hannigan gone up on his outside again. Oh, intercepted by number 9, Paul Sheehan. Larkin puts the ball under pressure. Just I can see there straight away that Broadford back four have the hands up to their foreheads. They're looking into the sun, so that could prove problematic as the game goes on.
It also shows that Patrick Stack will be looking into the sun as well.
Yeah, Patrick is hatting him down there now. I see could cause problems, but hopefully not. Timmy Larkin with the ball at his feet, plays it back to Willie O'Brien. Willie O'Brien, that's a nice ball up the wing. But Tykel Hand clears it. And into feet of Micheál Brosnan. Brosnan back to Willie O'Brien. O'Brien all the way back to John Paul King. King with Dylan Kelly out on the other side. He plays it back to Patrick Stack. Out to Dylan Kelly. Kelly now. John Paul King in the middle. And Joe McAuliffe outside him. Joe McAuliffe now with Brian Hennigan standing here in the wing. He plays to Hennigan. Hennigan takes it inside. Takes a touch. And all the way back to John Paul King. King out to Dylan Kelly. Kelly, a bit space to move into, looking for options in front of him. The option is Sean Brosnan. Brosnan takes it past his man. Lovely from Sean Brosnan. Takes it past his man into Ray Lynch. Ray Lynch now with the ball at his feet. Lynch turns out. Oh, lovely ball out to Dylan Kelly with a chance of swinging in. That's a great ball in from Dylan Kelly. Micheál Brosnan competing for it in the air. Ball is knocked back out to Willie O'Brien. O'Brien played out to Brian Hennigan. Hennigan swings it out the far side out to Sean Brosnan. Brosnan with a good touch. And play it back to John Paul King. King with the hand to his forehead, trying to see what's in front of him. Plays it to Gary Egan, plays it short. Egan with a sweet ball in his left foot, but intercepted by the big man Oliver Wallace. Broadford again just dominating possession in the first couple of minutes here of the second half. As Gary Egan now with the ball at his feet. Gary plays a lovely ball into Sean Brosnan. Sean nearly gets in behind it, falls to Micheál, his brother, with a rasper of a shot that's just a couple of foot over the crossbar. Good build-up play from Broadford, and they're comfortable enough on the ball. Glin seem to be after going back into their shell again, John.
Yeah, but it's all Broadford now at the moment. They're playing all the football.
And another interesting thing, as we were talking about the Desmond Cup final of 14 years ago in 2003, there's 2 remaining of that team playing for Broadford United today. Gary Egan and Ray Lynch playing the very same roles they played all them 14 years ago. Well into their 30s now at this stage, but still dominating the game.
And of course, the first Desmond Cup, Broadford only ever won 3 Desmond Cups. The first in 1989. Myself, yours truly, was manager, and Jim Lean manager tonight. Dan Egan was captain, and his son Gary playing here tonight. Among the substitutes is James O'Brien, and his father Billy was on that first Desmond Cup winning team.
As Glin go out in attack here, the ball is played out to the Paul Sheehan. Sheehan with a dangerous cross in. Stack comes for it, Stack claims it, and the referee is the judge that Oliver Wallace was fouling Joe McAuliffe inside. He plays it out to Stack, plays it out to Brian Hennigan. Hennigan under a bit of pressure here from Joe Reardon. King. John Paul King goes across his field. It's a good ball out to Sean Brosnan. Sean Brosnan with Gary Egan inside him. Brosnan takes it on. He's still going. Oh, lovely mazy run from Sean Brosnan. Brosnan, falls his brother. Mihal is tearing down. Oh, yeah. Oh! He could have gone. If he'd have gone down, I don't know what he got in it.
I don't think so. Maybe there seems to be a good few fouls there.
Yeah. I suppose Mihal got the touch to carry it kind of out over the in-line. Maybe the ball was probably going dead, whether the goalkeeper uppinned him or not. As Sean Lyons prepares to take the kick out, but the referee calls a halt to him a minute as Ray Lynch is tying his laces. Sean Lyons now with the kick out. It's gone out over the sideline on the far side. Dylan Kelly with the throw. It's Mihal Brosnan out over the sideline on the far side again. Up to Gary Egan and back up to Sean Brosnan. Sean Brosnan has started very well in this second half. Plays it out to Ray Lynch. Ray Lynch knocked back, and it's a hoof of a ball up forward up towards. Oh, that's a free. Surely a free. He ran straight into him. No free, says the ref. This our referee Paul O'Brien. That's out to Dylan Kelly. Gary Egan now with the ball and plays it back to Joe McAuliffe. Egan. And Sean Brosnan has gone again. Brosnan has started his second half superbly. Brosnan has acres to run into now. He looks up, studies himself up. It's a good ball into his brother Mihal. Mihal with a chance to shoot. Oh, Mihal maybe he elected to turn back. Maybe he should have shot, but Sean Brosnan has started superbly there on the right wing, John.
Yeah, he might play very well over there now near the popular crowd, and the Broadford people will be shouting him on.
As the ball is at feet now of Gary Egan. Egan with Lynch inside. He looks for Lynch. Timmy Larkin is coming in around the back as well. Larkin is going to get a chance. Oh! Straight at the keeper, Sean Lyons. Didn't have much of an opportunity to maybe direct it, but any place else other than in.
Yeah, but that was a very definite chance.
Yeah, it was a chance, definite chance. Any place other than straight at him, and it was a definite goal. As the ball is back here now with John Paul King, and it's gone out for a throw at the far side. Up to Mihal Brosnan. Sean Brosnan is gone again. Great touch from Sean. Sean gets the ball under control and wins a throw up on the far side from Ty Culhane. Or from Shane Culhane, sorry. We're looking at 8 minutes into the second half, and Broadford are completely dominating the opening exchanges here. With Mihal Brosnan now with the ball. Turns to face his man and will look to play it back. So he plays it into middle. Oh, but it's intercepted inside, and they're breaking out now with number 4, Ty Culhane. Culhane plays it back. It's a hopeless ball forward, really, to be honest. Joe McAuliffe elects to let it run all the way to Patrick Stack, who plays it out to John Paul King. King brings it forward to Dylan Kelly. Kelly up to Shawnee Brosnan again. Shawnee Brosnan doesn't get past his men this time, but Dylan Kelly does very, very well to get in, and Dylan Kelly wins it free there. The Broadford crowd are beginning to get a bit, raise their voices. They're getting a bit hopeful they can possibly sense a goal is coming, with Joe McAuliffe now coming forward. Mihal Brosnan gets a touch on it, and it's hoofed clear the Glin men. Yeah, the sun is definitely affecting the Broadford lads. But Joe McAuliffe gets a great touch on the ball here now. Joe McAuliffe with space to run into. Looks towards Ray Lynch. Oh, Ray was nearly, very, very nearly in behind there, but a good touch from number 2, Brian O'Donovan. They played out to Shane Culhane and up to Darren Sheehan. Sheehan now with time in the ball, looks to play forward, but John Paul King is in the right place for Broadford and plays it out to Brian Hennigan. Hennigan with looks to go forward, it plays it into the middle, into Micheál Brasnan. Brasnan has time on the ball. Nice ball into Brian Hennigan. Gary Egan, no one in there, but it's only a half clearance. Oh, and the ball is won over on the far side by Shane Culhane. And Darren Sheehan now with a dangerous enough ball forward here. And Joe McAuliffe does the sensible thing and puts it out over the sideline for the throw to Glin. Shane Culhane preparing to take the throw for Glin Rovers. What? Did you see what that was for, John?
Yeah, maybe there was a little kick or something there. It wasn't very much. He's a bit niggly kind of a referee. He can pick up on small things, and some of the big hits he doesn't seem to see with them at all.
Yeah, that seemed very soft to me, and it's a free kick for Glin Rovers in a very, very dangerous position. Patrick Stack had to pull off a good save from their last free kick in the first half. He had to be alert, and Broadford will have to be alert here again. As they prepare, it's gone all the way, it's too high from the boot of Brian O'Donovan, I think. No, it wasn't Brian O'Donovan, it was Kevin Sweeney. I see there on the far side our All-Ireland handballer is warming up along with the son of an All-Ireland handballer, CJ Fitzpatrick and James O'Brien are warming up. The ball is up in the air. Micheál Brasnan is beaten for it in the air, and it's out towards the centre forward, Paul Sheehan. Gary Egan gets a great touch and gets back out to Sean Brasnan. Brasnan out to Ray Lynch. Ray Lynch now has a time to turn. It's a lovely ball into Sean Brasnan, but number 8, Shane Culhane does well for Glin there, and Dylan Kelly gets a touch on the ball up to Shawnee Brasnan. Oh, that's a definite free again. Shawnee Brasnan's having a stormer out there on the right wing in the second half. Of course, CJ has another big match on Sunday after tonight. He's an All-Ireland hardball final against Paul Kindy. He's hoping to retain his title he won last year against the same man, so we wish CJ the best of luck on that as well. As Willie O'Brien prepares to take this out on the far side with the sun shining into his eyes. That's a lovely ball in. Joe McAuliffe is getting there. Oh! Back to Gary Egan. Oh, great save. Oh, scrambled clear. Scrambled clear by Glin Rovers and out over the sideline.
Some great chances there fell to Broadford, but no one to blame for not scoring it. It was a pure scrambling by the Glin defence to get it out.
Yeah, the goalkeeper did very well to save Gary's shot. And did well to get away with the first cross as well as Micheál Brasnan is pouring forward. Micheál still on the ball, but leaves it to the brother Sean. Gary Egan. Oh, no free there now. Has Glin have a chance to counter here now? Oh, their boys are trying to play offside, but it's not working. Well done, great touch from John Paul King. And as they look to try the ball through out to the danger man, Joe Reardon. Reardon now, he gives and goes, but he won't get there. Joe McAuliffe will beat him to it. As Patrick Stack now prepares to take the kick out again. As we're approaching 15 minutes gone in the second half. It's a poor kick out from Stack as number 5 for Glin climbs all over Micheál Brasnan, but Brasnan wins it back again. Ray is being held inside there surely. Sean Brasnan, good touch, but he's dispossessed by Oliver Wallace. Wallace plays it back to Shane Wallace. Shane Culhane, sorry. Oh, it's a dangerous ball in. Sheehan is in. Patrick Stack come off his line. Oh, a great touch from Brian Hennigan. Oh, scrambled clear. Very Broadford, very, very lucky there. It's Micheál Brasnan. Hennigan, the man to stop that certain goal there.
Broadford were lucky there, and I don't know, was there a shade of a handball there at one stage?
Oh, he's winning a free there. Definitely Brian Hennigan got his body across the number 9 and put him off for a split second, and it was that split second that allowed Patrick Stack to come out on top of him and smother the ball.
That's the thing. Broadford has to be very, very careful on the break here because they were caught already once in the first half, which led to the goal for Glin as Brian Hennigan is coming forward. That's a great ball into Ray Lynch. Lynch turns. Lynch with a chance and wins a corner inside. Great turn from Ray. It opened a half-inch opportunity, but the number 7 for Glin, James Wallace, got across and cut it out very quick, but it's a corner for Broadford. The game is becoming end-to-end, and you'd imagine, John, that an end-to-end game here would suit Broadford.
Yeah, they have done the most of the football in the second half, but still the score is still 1-1.
As Micheál Brosnan will take this outside. Brosnan swings it in. That's a dangerous ball in, but the big man clears it out. Oliver Wallace comes up here now to Darren Sheehan. Sheehan dispossessed by Joe McAuliffe with a good ball back into the box. Half clearance again. Joe takes a touch. He doesn't. It's back into the middle into the captain, Paul Sheehan, and Dylan Kelly dispossesses that. He's going to go. He's all over him again. That was surely a free there, but anyway, John Paul King with the ball at his feet. Great ball into Ray and plays it out to Gary Egan. Egan with a chance to swing it in. He plays a lovely ball into King. King gets the ball back, and Sean Brosnan will win this and play it back to Gary Egan. Egan. There's men free in this far side. Micheál Brosnan now with the ball at his feet. Brosnan back out. That's a throw ball for Broadford. As there's a substitution over on the far side for Glin. It's number 7, James Wallace, that's coming off. And we'll get the name of the man coming on now in a minute. It's number 12, and we didn't get the numbers of the subs for the Glin boys, but we'll get it here in a minute. As can Broadford continue to play. And back to John Paul King. King, the sun is dying down now, it's no harm. Out to John Paul King, back to Joe McAuliffe, and McAuliffe will spread it out here to Brian Hennigan. Hennigan. Lovely turn from Micheál Brosnan. Brosnan now has a chance. He has a chance to shoot. Will he shoot? Scuffs it slightly. Gary has a chance. Gary at the ball at his feet, plays it to Willie O'Brien. O'Brien, a lovely ball in for Timmy. Timmy nearly in behind, but again Glin have a chance to counter here now. Ball at the feet of Darren Sheehan. Sheehan with the back again. And there's a dangerous ball out to Joe Reardon. And that's gone out for a Glin ball. Back out to Darren Sheehan. Sheehan with a chance to swing it in his left foot. That's a dangerous ball in. Joe McAuliffe is inside and does well. Micheál Brosnan no. It's a great ball for Ray Lynch. Great ball for Ray Lynch, and Shawnee Brosnan has gone tearing up inside him. Ray now with no one inside him. And yes, they win a free there. Willie O'Brien that won the free. I didn't catch the name of the sub that came on, John. Did you get it?
Just inquiring there, and I think he's number 12 is Tommy Colhan. Tommy's a very fine footballer. Was been injured for the semi-final, and is probably only coming back after injury. A definite addition to the Glin club now.
I think that's the first booking that has been shown, and it's shown to number 9, Paul Sheehan, I think. No, was it number 3? Was it number Kevin Sweeney? As Ray Lynch is lining up this. Lynch has been known to crack one in his time. Ray is walking away from it. He's going to leave it to Willie O'Brien. Willie will probably dink this in and try and hope that someone will get on the end of it. The sun into his eyes again now. Paul O'Brien ensures the wall is back to 10 yards as Willie prepares to take it. He dinks it in. Who's inside? Joe McAuliffe gets a touch on it. Oh! Great save inside from Sean Lyons. It was a brilliant touch from Joe McAuliffe with a fabulous save inside, John.
A good save, going into the corner of the net, and just unlucky again.
Yeah, we've had a few chances now where the keeper has had to work in the second half, but one of them chances eventually will surely come Broadford's way, but the hope would be that Glin don't score in the meantime. As Willie O'Brien has gone out now to the far side to take this throw. Sean Brosnan is out there with him. O'Brien swings it in. That's a great ball in. That's a lovely ball in the keeper again. Sean Lyons has proven his work tonight. He's done very well to take that in the air. Under a lot of pressure there. But they played out here to Gary Culhane. Culhane and blocked by Ray Lynch. As Glin now prepared to take the throw here. Towards Oliver Webb. Well done by Brian Hannigan. Now we have Brosnan. Brosnan loses it, but Brian Hannigan wins it back and back out to Gary Egan. Egan, Willie O'Brien tearing off in front of him, plays it to Willie O'Brien. Willie O'Brien now waiting for Dylan Kelly to come up on his outside, and Dylan receives it. Plays it to Sean Brosnan. Brosnan plays it back to Gary Egan. Egan. Nice ball into Dylan Kelly. Dylan. There's a free in. Again, soft enough free there, I think, but we'll take it. There's a deadly game of football going up and above there in the embankment behind the goals.
Well, there seems to be a lot more excitement there, to be honest.
As Willie O'Brien prepares to dink this in again. It's a good ball in from O'Brien. John McAuliffe is inside there again. The keeper comes. He parries it away, and the clearance is nearly completed by Oliver Wallace. Back towards Dylan Kelly. Kelly now back out to Willie O'Brien. O'Brien with a chance to swing it again. That's a lovely ball in with Ray Lynch. Oh! Once again, the keeper came and made it his ball.
Well, the game at the moment is all about the Glin keeper. Patrick Sack hasn't seen the ball hardly at all this half. 20 minutes gone.
No, he's proving his work tonight. As Michal Brosnan's gone out to the near side here now to take it. Brosnan plays it to their younger brother Sean. Into Bros takes the shot. Oh, could have taken the deflection there and gone in, but alas, no, it's come out this way. Back out to Michal again. Michal, lovely touch from Michal. Places his brother in. Sean now on his right. He'll swing it in his right. Back towards Gary Egan. Egan, have a crack. Oh, not enough pace in that. Ball in the hands of the Glin keeper now, Sean Lyons. Good ball forward, and this will come towards Brian Hannigan. Hannigan will get there before him, he will, but I'd say the sun affected him there. He didn't see where it was going. Well done, Sean Brosnan. A good tackle there from number 10, though, Darren Sheehan. Plays it out to Dylan Kelly, who's blocked, but it's back to Gary Egan. The sun is definitely affecting the Broadford defence back there. As Gary Egan now with the ball at his feet. Looks to play a nice ball up towards Ray Lynch. Ray Lynch is turning behind. But number 4, Ty Culhane, comes across and clears it. He's through his back again. He doesn't give it though. Gary's gone down with his back. I don't like that. Gary's had trouble with his back before, but as the play continues. Glin now with the ball. Soft free.
Oh, come on, Ref! Come on, Ref!
Gary's gingerly getting to his feet. Stretching his back. Brian O'Donovan now plays it out here to the near wing, out to Gary Culhane with a good ball in. Get a touch on it. It's going to fall outside for Shane Culhane. Culhane plays it back to Darren Sheehan and plays it into Tommy Culhane. Culhane, first time on the ball now. Plays a nice ball down the wing to Shane Culhane. The ball has gone out for a Broadford sideline on the far side. CJ still warming up on the far side. Doesn't seem to be making any movement towards taking off the top yet. Plays a good ball up to Ray. Ray, lovely touch back for Gary. Gary looking for an option inside. Nice ball up to Sean. Sean Brosnan. Lovely ball into Ray, or into Gary Egan. Gary Egan with a man coming down, Tommy Culhane. Plays out to Michal Brosnan. Brosnan plays it into Willie O'Brien. O'Brien now play it out to Brian Hannigan here on this near side. Back to Joe McAuliffe. Joe, look for an option that far side. He finds Sean Brosnan. Brosnan turns his man. He doesn't. He's dispossessed. Well done, Joe McAuliffe. Joe isn't sparing anyone tonight in him. ball at the feet now, Tommy Culhane, and he puts it out over the sideline on the far side. Dylan Kelly now takes the throw. Out over the sideline again at the far side. Even though Broadford had a lot of success down the left-hand side in the first half, John, Timmy Larkin has seen very little of the ball now in the first 20 minutes.
They're not playing the side of the field at all. It's amazing because Timmy Larkin and Brian Hannigan, that's the stronger part of the, I would think anyhow, the stronger part of the Broadford field. Although Sean Brosnan playing excellently over on the far side.
The ball just seems to be attracted over to the far side for both halves, as there's something going on over in Broadford subs at the moment, but as the ball continues on, there's a dangerous flick on by Darren Sheehan, but the ball is back out again. Well done, Sean Brosnan again. Well done, Sean Brosnan. Naomi Hall has a chance, he's bearing down. Brosnan is still going, he's still going. Brosnan is still going, he gets inside, he has a chance. Stu, he turns back, and there's a chance for Ray Lynch, has a crack. What a goal for Ray Lynch! An absolute screamer of a goal as he runs off in celebration over to the Broadford United dugout. Fantastic work by Micheál Brosnan, who set her up for Lynch and on a tee. And if you ever wanted a man to finish it like that, raise the man.
Yeah, the ball fell right. A great run by Micheál Brosnan. And it is football at the top level. A brilliant finish. A goal actually deserving of winning any Desmond Cup final.
That's for sure, John, but we still have 20 minutes to go. But an absolute cracker of a goal. You knew from the moment it left his foot, it was only ending up in one place, and that was the top corner of the net. As sweet a goal as you'll ever see. As Glin Rovers get the ball underway, or to get the game underway again now. With 20 minutes remaining, Gary Egan now again with the ball, but Glin have a chance to Joe Reardon now, probably his first time on the ball in the second half. As it swings it out here now to number 5, out to Gary Culhane. Timmy Larkin standing him up. Well done, Timmy Larkin. As Glin takes the quick throw and plays it out to Ty Culhane. Culhane looks to swing it in now. That's a dangerous ball in now. All right, that's wide ball. Dylan Kelly down injured inside. He'll take his time now, I think. But she's Micheál Brosnan. A super run from Micheál. Beat 2 or 3 men and put it on a tee for Ray. It was a cracker of a goal.
It is maybe around 500 people, but I'm just looking over there. They want to spend a bit of the money they made tonight. The Desmond League would want to increase the subs bench because I'm afraid there isn't enough room for all the Broadford subs.
Well, I counted them. There's 27 on the Broadford panel, and I think there was 20 on the Glin panel. But Jesus, you wouldn't have a 27 on a GA panel, not to mind the soccer panel. Who's down inside now for Glin? I think it's no, it's not the number 9. Oh, it's Joe Reardon is down inside. Danger man, but John, he hasn't seen anything of the ball in the second half either.
This second half has been all Broadfords. They haven't put a foot wrong. There was just maybe that one chance there where the lad came into the goals and the ball was eventually cleared. Just the one chance for Glin. Went to Broadford and they're saying this is his last game for Broadford, but
Ray's saying that a long time.
I'd be taking that with a pinch of salt. Ray is very taken up with Drumcolour Broadford football team, and he's the manager of Drumcolour Broadford hurling team. And if they go anywhere well in the championship, I expect to see him back come September, and he's playing for Broadford United.
No, I'd say until Ray has problems with his hips, but until the hips decide that they want no more, Ray will be still playing. As Patrick Stack prepares to take the kick out, puts it out to the far side, out towards Willie O'Brien. He's out jumped in the middle and plays it back to Joe McAuliffe. That's a soft free again. I don't know. Paul O'Brien is making some strange decisions at times.
Glin Rovers like to play the ball up in the air, and they're big men. They hit it hard. Broadford will be best keep it down anyhow. Dangerous ball.
Dangerous ball in. Oh, the big man at the back post got a chance. Oliver Wallace had a chance, but thankfully he miscued his header and went out over the inline. Patrick is taking his time now. Patrick Stack. There's a sub coming on now for Glin Rovers. It's the danger man in the first half. Joe Reardon has gone off with injury, and it's number 14, Ed Horn, is coming on for Glin. Ed is a big man. He's well able to use himself, and he's a fine soccer player. He did his cruciate last year, and he's only, I'd say, one of his first games back. He's coming out here now. Where will it go? It'll go into the middle of the field, I'd say, yeah. Stack plays it out here out towards Brian Hannigan. Hannigan jumps, is beaten in the air though. Horn won it. Ray Lynch is after falling back kind of back into midfield again now, as Tommy Culhan now with the ball at his feet, and they play it out to Shane Culhan. And Dylan Kelly gets a good touch on it. Ray Lynch with a great touch, plays it out to Sean Brosnan. Brosnan, the ball at his feet. Into Willie O'Brien. Great low. Willie O'Brien was fouled after he got rid of the ball. That's fine, Broadford, that's fine. Willie O'Brien is standing over this again now. Broadford not committing as many forward now as they were in the last couple of attacks. Willie O'Brien plays it short, plays a good ball in behind from Micheál Brosnan, but it's going to beat them all. No, it beat them all. Sean Lyons prepares to take the kick out for Glin Rovers. Lyons with a big ball into the middle of the field. Ed Horn and Gary Egan are going to jump for it. Ed Horn wins it. Plays it up to Darren Sheehan. Sheehan, Ray Lynch again gets a touch on it back there. Ray's after falling into a more defensive role now that he has got the goal, as the ball is out for the throw on the far side for Broadford. Dylan Kelly's making his way forward to take this. Out towards Dylan Kelly. Kelly, lovely ball in for Sean Brosnan. Shawnee Brosnan, turned inside but he's beaten, and it's a free out. Soft enough again, but as Sean Lyons takes a kick out. It's a long ball up the field, up towards, there's a push in the back there was. Broadford aren't doing themselves any favours with these soft frees and 35 yards out from goals. As Darren Sheehan prepares to take the free. No, he leaves it. Going to be taken by Kevin Sweeney, I think. Oh no, it's Darren Sheehan that's taking it. Sheehan with a dangerous ball in. That's a dangerous ball. Oh! The wrong man got it at the back post. Fuck it! Disaster for Broadford as the captain for Glin Rovers, Paul Sheehan, gets the equalising goal. The chance looked to have gone when Oliver Wallace miscued his shot at the back post, but he got a second opportunity and played it straight into the path of the onrushing Paul Sheehan, who made no mistake and buried it to the back of the net. Bad goal to give away, John. Number 9. Bad goal to give away, John.
Yeah, bad goal. There were those serious mistakes, but Patrick Stack couldn't be blamed for it. When it was struck, finally struck, it was a fine strike.
As I said, them frees in the end of the box. Glin are a big team, and they were going to make one of them frees count at some stage, but we have about 12 minutes to go. As the ball is out with Dylan Kelly. Ray Lynch is inside in the middle of the field. And plays it up to Gary Egan. Egan now and puts pressure on him, and they play it out for another throw on the far side. Ball is played into Willie O'Brien. No, that's not going to be a free. He was looking for a penalty maybe, but he's not going to get it. John Paul King plays it up to Micheál Brosnan. Brosnan, no. And he work his magic again. Plays it up to younger brother Sean. Oh, Sean with a poor pass back to Micheál. And it's 14. It's Ed Horn that has it. And it's going to be a Glin ball. The referee made up the linesman mind there for him. Say we could be seeing the floodlights turned on, Jan.
Yes, we could. I suppose 12 minutes to go now. Any mistake now will be vital, and it will be the winning of the game, I would think.
Oh, then Glin have a chance here. Number 5 is in. Gary Culhane, but Brian Hannigan done very well to get across and cover him. Plays it back to Ray Lynch and back to Hannigan again. Hannigan with Joe McAuliffe behind him. Micheál Brosnan's looking for feet. That's a lovely ball for Timmy Larkin. Oh, Timmy nearly nicked the ball in behind him. He didn't quite get it, but Gary Culhane is still there. Brian Hannigan done very well to keep it in play. A lovely feet from Micheál Brosnan. Plays it up to Oliver Wallace. Wallace plays it into middle of the field, into number 10, Darren Sheehan. Sheehan now spreads it out wide. Out to Tommy Culhane. Or Shane Culhane, sorry. And Broadford win it behind him. Ray Lynch plays it into the middle, into John Paul King. King faced by Oliver Culhane. King, and as the lights come on in Clownrisk, as Dylan Kelly comes forward with the ball. Dylan with a lovely ball in. Loaded. Timmy, just quite couldn't bring it under control to get the ball off to Timmy Larkin. The ball is played out to Gary Culhane here. Out to Ed Horn. Ed Horn into the middle of the field, into Darren Sheehan. Sheehan with a good ball forward. Joe is in behind him. Oliver Culhane. Just sent him up, Joe. He can't do anything with it. Just sent him up. That's great play from Joe McAuliffe. He was looking for the free all day long, and Joe McAuliffe knew well he wasn't going to get one. As McAuliffe comes forward, Brosnan has gone out far wide. Plays it Timmy Larkin. Joe has gone forward ahead of him. And Timmy Larkin wins a free. Plays it out to Willie O'Brien, plays it out to Brian Hannigan. Hannigan looking for Micheál Brosnan inside. Lovely. Oh, just the wrong side of him, but his ball rebounds inside. Plays it out to Willie O'Brien. O'Brien plays it to Gary Egan. Egan into the middle of the field, plays it back to Brian Hannigan. Hannigan now with the ball at his feet and plays it into the middle into John Paul King. King going forward. Great ball into Timmy Larkin. Larkin nearly turned. Oh, Micheál Brosnan. Brosnan has the ball again now at the edge of the box. Faces Gary Culhane. Brosnan swinging in his left. He doesn't get it. He does get it in the second attempt as a dangerous ball in. But again, Sean Lyons proves he's well up to the task. Lyons with a poor kick, but Tommy Culhane kicks it on and up to Brian Hannigan. Into Ray Lynch, middle of the field, and out to Gary Egan. Egan now all the way out to Dylan Kelly. Kelly out to Sean Brosnan. Now Gary Egan. Egan well closed down by Ed Horn as the ball goes out towards the Broadford dugout. Gary was ready to take a throw and plays it up the wing to Dylan Kelly. Kelly wins another throw. No, he doesn't win a throw. It doesn't go out. John Paul King and Oliver King done very well there now. He read the ball very well. King looking for someone to play it to. Takes a pass to Ed Horn. King still going forward. Well done, John Paul. Looks to go by the same man he bet him in to go. That's a lovely ball into Sean Brosnan. Brosnan. Oh. As Glin looked to clear it, but Ray Lynch gets a touch and it brings it down to Gary Egan. Egan plays it into Willie O'Brien. O'Brien now looking for out in the wing is Sean Brosnan. Sean Brosnan has a chance to swing it in. Brosnan. That's a good ball in. The keeper is coming. And Timmy Larkin wasn't going to win that one against Sean Lyons. And as Ed Horn now comes forward with the ball, faced by Gary Egan. That's a good ball up to Oliver Wallace. Again, Wallace won't be able to do much with it. He looks for another free, but he won't get this one either as he faces up Dylan Kelly. And again, Dylan Kelly done well there now. As we're approaching the final 6 minutes. Shane Culhane prepares to take the throw over here. And there's a sub in the Broadford team as Sean Brosnan has been replaced by CJ Fitzpatrick. Sean had a cracking first half an hour of the second half, and He got tired, he did a pile of running in the first half and ran himself into the ground. The CJ Fitzpatrick comes in now. CJ plays the lone striker. That's a dangerous ball in. That's a dangerous cross. They knock it down. There's a chance here for Glin. Oh, they have a chance, still have a chance. It's alright, it's going over. As Patrick Stack now comes. Patrick Stack now to kick out. It's coming out towards us. It's going to go all the way, is it? Well done, Brian Hennigan. He got a touch on it. As Darren Sheehan now with the ball into Tommy Kilhan. Tommy Kilhan now. Well done, CJ Fitzpatrick. Nicked in there behind his back, done very well. Now Willie O'Brien coming forward. Out to Timmy Larkin. Willie O'Brien closing. Well done, Willie. Back to Joe McAuliffe. Out to John Paul King. Oh, poor ball from King. Tommy Kilhan intercepts it. And they're off. They're away. Well done, King. He got right side of him. Joe McAuliffe. Willie O'Brien shouting for it over here on this side. Willie O'Brien now. That's a great ball in for CJ. Well done, CJ. Just beaten to as number 3. Kevin Sweeney comes away with the ball. Plays it out to Darren Sheehan. And plays it out to Shane Kilhan out on the far side. Kilhan with a good ball forward, but Dylan Kelly intercepts it. Dylan Kelly now and Darren Sheehan contesting it. Darren Sheehan comes out the winner, but the ball is going out on the far side. Dylan Kelly goes, no, Gary Egan goes to take the throw, but he'll give it to Dylan Kelly. Kelly takes it. Looks for CJ Fitzpatrick. CJ's beaten to it. It's a dangerous ball in behind John Paul King. The minute closing down. Done well. Out to Gary Egan. Gary, time to take a touch. Played into the middle, into Ray Lynch. Man closing. Oh, poor ball from Ray's. Shane Gary Culhan. And it's poor pass from Gary Culhan. That's a great ball into Micheál Brosnan. Oh. Number 3, Kevin Sweeney, done well there to dispossess Micheál Brosnan. As they hoof the ball forward again. Now John Paul King is... Broadford looking for that goal that would win him a Desmond Cup for the first time in 14 years, with Brian Hennigan now going forward. Out to Timmy Larkin. Timmy Larkin now with a chance to swing it in. Larkin, it's a poor cross, but back out to Willie O'Brien. Oh, just fizzed wide. We're into the last 5 minutes, John, right? 4 minutes to go.
4 minutes to go.
Broadford is still pushing on for that last goal. I just hope they don't get caught at the back. As Sean Lyons prepares to take this kick out. Sean Lyons takes it out to the middle of the field. Gary Egan is beaten for it in the air. Ray Lynch is dispossessed. And it's alright. That'll run all the way through. The Patrick Stack, he won't. John Paul King takes control of the situation and plays it out to Brian Hennigan. Hennigan plays it back to John Paul King. King now coming forward with the ball. It's a good ball into Ray Lynch. CJ Fitzpatrick is herring down after it. As they rush a clearance, it's up to Oliver Wallace, sorry. As Ed Horn takes control in the middle of the field. Tommy Culhan now with a poor ball forward, but John Paul King has it now with his feet again. Brian Hennigan is free here out on this near side. As Dylan Kelly now plays it to CJ Fitzpatrick. Oh, Jesus. As the Glin boys push up and Broadford now have to take a throw on the far side as Dylan Kelly goes over to take it. Taking their time over this one. Ball, Ed Horn gets a touch on it and it's gone out for another throw for Broadford. They gained about 10 yards. Edging their way out of their own territory. Kelly again with the ball in his hands, plays it Gary Egan. Now Dylan boots it forward into CJ Fitzpatrick. He beats CJ. What's he going to do? CJ's closing him down. He could rush him. Puts him under pressure and they played out to the wing, and it's gone out over the sideline again for another Broadford ball. Quick throw taken by Dylan Kelly. Gary miscontrolled it but got it back to Dylan Kelly. Kelly, the ball at his feet, plays the ball into Willie O'Brien. O'Brien plays it back to Kelly. Kelly, lovely ball into Gary Egan. Egan, there's no one in the box though. Broadford got to get people forward. That's a good ball in. Timmy Larkins. Oh, CJ Fitzpatrick very, very unlucky. Again, keeper in the right place. Didn't have to move, but any place left or right.
and he would have been struggling for it. As Sean Lyons hoofs the ball forward, Ray Lynch is all on his own in the middle of the field. Takes a poor touchdown. Ed Horn wins it. It's Dylan Kelly gets there well, and back to John Paul King. King with a good ball out to Micheál Brosnan. Micheál Brosnan has gone to the far side. How is the legs at this stage? Oh! Well done. The linesman on the far side wasn't giving it, but the referee, who was probably 20 yards further back, gave it. Micheál. There'll be a lot of children tonight that have missed their bedtime if this goes to extra time. Although a lot of them will sleep well with all the shouting and roaring that's gone on behind the goals. As Broadford prepare to take a free kick with Willie O'Brien now into the dying minutes. We're in the 88th, 89th minute at this stage as Willie O'Brien lines up probably the last attack that Broadford will have in normal time. Joe McAuliffe makes a run for the back post. Willie O'Brien ready to swing it in. O'Brien swings it in. It's a dangerous ball. Joe McAuliffe gets there and it's gone out for a goal kick. Keeper again done well there, in fairness to him. He was brave. He came and he met Joe McAuliffe. McAuliffe was under fierce pressure and just put it wide. As Sean Lyons prepares to take the kick out. As the fourth official on the far side prepares to put up his board. Sean Lyons with a ball into the middle of the field. Tommy Wallace is jumping. 3 minutes of injury time is announced. Out to Gary Egan. Gary Egan into Micheál Brosnan. Brosnan to CJ. That's Broadford ball out on the far side again. Micheál Brosnan back to the feet of Dylan Kelly. Kelly looks to play the ball over CJ Fitzpatrick. Oh, he was brave. He was brave, but there's still a chance. Micheál Brosnan. Oh. CJ was very, very brave there, John.
Yeah, I thought it was a free in.
Yeah? Jeez, I wouldn't say a free in. Both of them were 50-50 for the ball, but if Micheál had given one look up, CJ was gone back inside him again. Instead, Micheál went for the shot and was blocked out for a corner, but Broadford will have one more chance.
Between Glin and Broadford, if the history of the Desmond League is ever done, and this surely tonight has been another one of them. There have been many famous ones. I remember one in Broadford many years ago, and between Glin and Broadford, which resulted in the closing of the Broadford pitch forever.
Forever.
Yes, there wasn't too many cameras around at the time, and there was a new camera broke off a fella's head on the same day.
Well, there's a dangerous ball in for Broadford. Oh, Sean Lyons again done very well, in fairness to him. He's after having a super game. And was it a Broadford man or a Glin man's head? It was
a Broadford man. We'll leave him nameless, but he's still around.
Might find out later. Sean Lyons prepares to take the kick out. Is it 10? Is it 10? Is it? Sean Lyons now, the referee will surely blow it up. He looks at his watch. He doesn't. CJ wins it in the air. Ray Lynch now out. Stay away. Brian Hannigan with one more chance. Out to Timmy Larkin. Back to Brian Hannigan. It's a good ball. Oh, go on, CJ. Oh, well done, Micheál. Go on, Micheál. Go on, Timmy. Offside. Ah. He left it very, very late with the call. I don't know, John. I didn't see it.
Well, I didn't either, but sure, the linesman was there and
he was in the right position.
Take his word for it.
He was in the right position. There wasn't too much protest, or there wasn't much of a protest from Timmy, and I'd say he'll probably blow it up now. He doesn't. He likes to play on. Gary Egan and Nate Horn in the air. Out to Brian Hannigan. And that's full time. Broadford United 2. Glin Rovers 2. Paul Sheehan with the 2 goals for Glin Rovers and an own goal. And Ray Lynch with an absolute cracker. much to say, but Glin got 2 chances, converted one of them.
That's right. Joe Reardon went off injured, but they brought a man up front there, Oliver Wallace, and he has caused a good bit of trouble to Broadford. He has a very big presence, big man. Glin Rovers much stronger than the Broadford team. I worry a little bit about Broadford now. We have a 36 and a 36-year-old, 35-year-old. Michal Brosnan has been, look, he has been the man of the match there tonight, and he has a lot of running done. Will he be able to keep going for another?
He's an awful lot of running done. Is it? I think it's 20 minutes. Is it? Is it 2 10s or 2 15s? But anyway, we'll take 5 minutes and we'll be back to you again for the first half of extra time. Welcome back to Skeeton as we start extra time. There looks to be one change in the Broadford team. There is. James O'Brien seems to be coming on for Willie O'Brien, I think. Yeah, Willie O'Brien. No, Anthony Barrett is coming on for. Anthony Barrett is coming on for. Anthony, hold on a second. No. Gary Egan is. Anthony Barrett is in, and James O'Brien is in, and Gary Egan and Willie O'Brien are gone. Yeah, maybe it mightn't be a bad decision because the boys probably, what are they?
Well, it's a big call because Willie O'Brien and Gary Egan are 2 major players.
They are, but Broadford are lining up now. Anthony Barrett's gone into right back and Dylan Kelly has gone into centre half. John Paul King has gone into middle of field. Gary and Willie O'Brien. And James O'Brien has gone up front. Gone up front. Michal Brosnan now with the ball in the middle of the field. Brosnan looks to play forward to John Paul King. King playing into James Anthony Barrett now. Well done, Anthony. Good ball up to James O'Brien. O'Brien swings it in. That's a dangerous ball in. Oh, keeper and centre half got in each other's way, but they managed to get it out clear, and it's a throw for Broadford. John Paul King now with the ball. King, good ball in. James O'Brien again. And the ball is hoofed clear up towards Oliver Wallace. Wallace, that's a good ball down. A high leg there, definitely, but John Paul King wins it. John Paul King up to CJ Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick now looks to take on his man. Knocks it past him, but it's a corner ball, is it? High ball, this, eh? You take the time, John. Sean Lyons prepares to take the kick out. Lyons with a good ball into the middle field. John Paul King and Ed Horton are battling, and John Paul King wins that. It's knocked forward to Anthony Wallace. Anthony Barrett, well done, Anthony Barrett. Back up to Shane Culhan, that's out over the sideline. Anthony Barrett has started very well now since he's come in fairness to him. Barrett looks into the middle into Michal Brosnan. Brosnan now with the ball at his feet, back towards Anthony Barrett. Barrett. It's a good ball into John Paul King. King now turns her man with Ed Horton chasing him down. King. Oh, it doesn't. But Michal Brosnan, it was a rash tackle from Ed Horn. Brosnan, good ball in and swinging in. He'll get there again, he won't. It's hoofed clear by Kevin Sweeney. Out towards Oliver Wallace. Wallace gets a touch up to Paul Sheehan. Out to Tommy Culhan. Culhan. Well done, CJ. There's a good touch there from CJ.
Good work. Come on now, Broadford.
As Glin prepared to take the throw with Shane Culhan. Culhan plays it into Ed Horn. Horn back. Well done, James. Well done, James O'Brien. Lovely feet. Plays it back to CJ Fitzpatrick. Back to James O'Brien. James O'Brien. O'Brien. He's looking dangerous. Well done, James O'Brien. That's lovely play from James O'Brien. O'Brien is still going forward. Put the boot down. Put the boot down. Well done. Plays it back to Ray Lynch. Ray Lynch now with a chance to shoot in his left. Oh, dispossessed. Brosnan Hall. Oh. Ray, chance in his left. Yes! Ray Lynch repeats the dose again. An absolute cracker. A lovely pass back from Micheál Brosnan, but all the danger work was done by James O'Brien, who carried the ball forward.
Marvellous stop by James, and it's marvellous stop there by the two other subs that came on, Anthony Barrett and CJ Fitzpatrick. They have shown a great evenness since they came on, and John Paul King has been a revelation there in the last few minutes since he'd come out centre field. It seems to be a great release to him.
Absolutely. Broadford can't fall into the same trap now as they did in the last in the second half and fall too deep as the ball goes out to Timmy Larkin. Larkin plays a good ball up forward at Ray Lynch now. The heads really went down in the Glin boys there after conceding the goal. We'll see can they lift them. It was a cracking finish. The keeper got a hand in it, John. I don't know if he could have saved it maybe.
Not a hope.
As the ball is cleared by Glin, and Oliver Wallace wins it in the air, plays up towards Paul Sheehan. Sheehan takes on Dylan Kelly. That's surely a free to Broadford. It's not. Well done, Joe McAuliffe used his physical presence, and Joe McAuliffe brings it forward. That's a... I didn't see what happened after the ball, but I think your man went through Joe. I see? No. Yellow. Fantastic start for Broadford. What's gone, John? Is there 5 or 6?
About 6 minutes.
Come on, Broadford! Come on, Broadford!
As Joe McAuliffe now with the ball for Broadford, plays it back out to Brian Hennigan. Hennigan back into John Paul. John Paul is seeing an awful lot of the ball in the middle of the field now. And ploughed to Timmy Larkin. Larkin now tearing forward. Hennigan's gone outside him. Plays a lovely ball into James O'Brien. No, James O'Brien still with the ball at his feet. I don't know how he's keeping control of it. Timmy Larkin with a lovely ball in. Oh, dangerous, lovely ball in. Broadford done all the attacking, John.
All the attacking, and there's no doubt James O'Brien, he'll make an excellent player next year. He'll be on full time next year.
Yeah, his lovely feet. He's able to get out of very, very tight situations. Micheál Brosnan comes over to take this. James O'Brien now plays it back out to Bros. Bros, will he swing one in his left? He does. It's too far, though. It's too deep. All right, that's all right. As Sean Lyons prepares to take this kick out. As John Paul King is beaten in the air by Ed Horn, but Dylan Kelly does well to clear it out as it comes out here now. There's CJ Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick, will he keep it in play? He will. Oh, he doesn't. As Glin take the quick throw, play into the middle of the field, and Darren Sheehan. Sheehan takes control of it and played all the way back to Sean Lyons. Lyons now, Ray Lynch pressing on him. Lyons a good kick under pressure. Plays it up towards the big man, Sheehan. Leave it run all the way through to Patrick Stack. That's Patrick Stack first touch to the ball in this first period of extra time, and he picks it up. Well done. Plays it out to Anthony Barrett. Barrett now, heading forward. That's well done, James. I don't know, was there a whole pile wrong with that, but maybe his studs were up. Glin now really have to start pumping men forward. As Paul O'Brien tells him to take it back over the halfway line, with Gary Culhan preparing to take it. He plays it short to Kevin Sweeney. Culhan. That's a good ball into the back post, but Joe McAuliffe clears it out, but it's offside in a way. They're wasting their own time now. Patrick Stack taking his time to come back and take this kick out. Stack goes out to the far side, plays a good ball out to Hennigan. Hennigan beaten in the air by Ed Horn. That was
I thought that was a Glin ball. No, I thought it rebounded off Hannigan. JP is bulldozed over, but James O'Brien has it again. O'Brien, lovely turn from O'Brien. He's very good with the ball at his feet. Plays it out to Brian Hannigan. Or Hannigan into James O'Brien. Back to Hannigan. Hannigan now coming forward. A good ball into Ray Lynch. Ray Lynch turns. Hannigan is going behind. Just loses possession at the vital moment. That's a good turn from number 4, Ty Culhane. Culhane plays it out to Tommy Culhane. And they're playing it into danger here. Ty Culhane. As they come forward now with the ball. Oh, there's danger here now for Broadford. Tommy Culhane with a dangerous ball up to number 9. This man is on a hat-trick, Paul Sheehan. Sheehan sizes it up. It's a good ball in. Oh, just wrong-footed. Well done, Anthony Barrett. Anthony Barrett has plays it out to James O'Brien. The two subs combining. O'Brien takes his time out to John Paul King. King will play it back to Anthony Barrett. Barrett. Oh, surely. That was a free ref. This is getting a bit heated here now with John Paul King. Well, he won't get fucking beat John Paul King. But James O'Brien into Ed Horn and Anthony Barrett now with the ball out here. He's time to take a touch. See if Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick, a lovely ball over the top. It's just gone out over it. Glin takes the quick throw back to the centre half and back out to number 2, Brian O'Donovan, as Paul O'Brien blows for the half-time whistle. John, you said at the start of extra time that it was a brave decision by the management to bring in the 2 young lads and take off the 2 experienced campaigners. Well, it's paid off.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great decision. It has definitely paid off, I suppose. When those years get there, it was a tough game there all along, and as I said maybe too many times, it didn't hit very hard during that course of that game, and when the years are catching up, the hits tail. But the future looks great for Broadford United when them 3 lads that came in and they have performed so well here in this extra time.
Absolutely. We'll take a break now for a couple of minutes as the teams go to their huddles, and Broadford will discuss how they'll close this game out. We just join us back here now for the second half of extra time. Number 8 for Glin, Shane Culhane, has gone off. Number 13 has come in. I didn't catch his name. We'll get it in a minute. Broadford United 10 minutes from winning the Desmond Cup for the first time in 14 years.
The last manager, of course, that did Broadford United, we shouldn't forget him, as Mike McGovern.
I'm sure he's here someplace tonight, but he's probably at the far side, because if he was at this side, we'd probably hear him. He was a good man to make his presence known on the sideline.
That last winning team, Don Reilly scored a hat-trick, and Shawnee Buckley, who went on to greater things at Gaelic football, was one of the scorers.
As John Paul King gets the game underway now. Plays it back to Dylan Kelly. Kelly with time drawing the Glin men on him. I don't know, but this Dylan likes to pump it long. That's the ball. The 2 Glin men compete in the air together, and they've gone out for a Broadford throw on the far side. Anthony Barrett is slowly making his way up the far side to take this throw. Plays it back to Micheál Brosnan, and then back to Anthony Barrett. That's another Broadford throw on the far side. Back to Anthony Barrett. Barrett with a good ball into the middle of the field into Micheál Brosnan. That's a great ball into CJ Fitzpatrick. It's a bit early to take to the corner flag, but he wins a corner. That's very well done from CJ Fitzpatrick. And Micheál Brosnan makes his way over to the far side to take the corner. Micheál Brosnan, James O'Brien over on the far side. Brosnan flicks it in. Who's up? No one. Joe McAuliffe has a chance in his left foot. Joe McAuliffe. Oh! And it's out for a corner for Broadford again. Hall comes across to this side now to take the corner, being followed by James O'Brien. Oh, Mihal does well, and it's out for the throw, I'd say. Into Mihal Brosnan. Brosnan back to his best friend, as he likes to call him, Brian Hennigan. Out for a goal kick. Glin aren't in any major rush to take this. They want to up the pace a small little bit. That's a good kick out into the middle of the field. John Paul King is battling with Ed Horn. Down to Gary Culhane, back to Tommy Culhane. Joe McAuliffe is coming for this. Joe comes and doesn't win it, but does enough to put his man off. Sheehan misses it. Out to James O'Brien. Oh, unlucky James. Oh, Joe. Well done, Brian. And out to Mihal Brosnan now. Broadford a space in front of him. Oh, Bros. Back to Brian Hennigan. Hennigan will slide. Well done, Brian Hennigan. Great play from Brian Hennigan. A great ball up to Ray Lynch. And Timmy Larkin has gone inside him. Larkin has gone through. But the number 4 will come across and cut it out. A great play by Tim. All right, free in. Ray was fouled after the ball. Three and a half minutes gone. That means 6.5 minutes to go. Mihal Brosnan plays back to Brian Hennigan. Back with the feet of Bros into James O'Brien. Lovely ball. Come on, James, do something. Well done, James. He's gone past him. He's still going. He played out to Timmy Larkin. He won't. He's still going. Lovely feet from James O'Brien with a great ball in. Oh! Very, very close there to a hat-trick for Ray Lynch. Oh, surely a free there was too.
Broadford at the moment are playing the football at the right side of the field.
The Glin don't seem to be as fit as Broadford, and that means that they're not able to push up on Broadford. Broadford still have time on the ball. Glin have gone 3 up front now, but Broadford still playing all the football. That's a good ball into CJ Fitzpatrick back to Mihal Brosnan. It's a good ball in. Ray Lynch with a chance. Just the chest goes too far. Ray Lynch with a shot, just wide. There's no doubt about it as well. Broadford look like the likelier team to score still.
Yes, they're much fitter, and that's in the extra time much better. And of course, they have the boost to bring up the goal.
They're certainly playing it out this time. They sat back in the second half when they got the goal, but they're not sitting back now as the ball is put into the midfield. King and Ed Horn again. King wins this again, and the ball breaks. There's a battle in the middle, and Timmy Larkin, the small man, comes out with it. And King takes it off his toe. King is heading for the corner flag. King with Hennigan coming up on his outside. King, James O'Brien outside him, plays it back to just a mix up there. I think the ball was intended for Brian Hennigan. Plays it back to Tommy Culhane. Put him under pressure. Oh, just nearly got it away from him. Into the centre now, and they play it all the way back to Sean Lyons. Lynch is chasing him down. And they play it out to the number 4, Ty Culhane. Culhane up the wing to the new man that came in, number 13. Up to John Sheehan with a good touch from Joe, and Anthony Barrett does the right thing and puts it out for a throw. It's these situations though the Broadford has to be careful of now. If they have a long throw, they have big men inside in the middle. They don't go long though, they play it short, and King, that's out for a corner. Oh, goal kick. I don't know, I thought that was a corner.
Yeah, that was a lucky break, because I wouldn't fancy a corner at this stage of the game with all those big men that Glin have.
Patrick Stack is meandering his way over to collect the football, and makes his way back towards the goal to take the kick out. What's the time, John?
About 4 minutes.
Jim Neenan's daughter has had to bring me a bottle of water that I'm wanting for the last hour. As Patrick Stack prepares to take the kick out.
He's taken every last second that he has. Stack. That's a good ball out here towards John Paul King. King. That's a beat him. Timmy Larkin. Well done, Timmy Larkin. Jamie O'Brien closes him down. Back into Tommy Kilhan. And all the way back to 13. Well done, James O'Brien. Keep going, James. Oh, stupid free to give away, James. But it could be in a worse position, I suppose. Broadford need to set their defence now and wait there. This is going route 1. Ref! As Glin prepare to pump this in deep into the box. It's a dangerous one inside. Oh, there's a man down inside. It's still there. It's still floating around. Go away, will you? Get up. Get up. Well done. The Glin man throw himself down looking for a penalty there, but under no circumstances was that going to be given. Two minutes left there, saying, as the ball has gone out for the Broadford throw.
Easy now.
What?
Come on, lads. 2 minutes. Come on, lads.
Anthony Barrett now to throw into Micheál Brosnan. Brosnan puts it up the line. Throw into Glin. They look to take it quick. They go along with it, but it's only as far as CJ Fitzpatrick who gets ahead in it, and the clearance is completed by Anthony Barrett. Oh, fuck it, dangerous there now. Well done. Dylan Kelly done well there. They played very quick with the second ball. This could be one of Glin's last chances now. They prepare. They're putting the big men up front. They go along with it, but only as far as Joe McAuliffe who completes the clearance. They have another throw 10 yards further out though. It's in towards, and well done, Micheál Brosnan. Great clearance from Micheál Brosnan. Out towards number 4, Ty Culhan. Well done, James O'Brien. O'Brien is away now. His feet. Well done, James. He holds up the ball. Oh, he's after being dispossessed.
Stand up.
As Glin look forward with Dylan Kelly now. Dylan played safe. Well done. Dylan Kelly puts it out over the sideline for another throw for Glin. Glin are pressing now for this last minute. There's 1 minute to go. As Glin prepared to take the throw. And Dylan Kelly again completes the clearance. Goes out to number 4, Ty Culhan, again closed down by Ray Lynch. Back out. Oh, lucky. Could have been a free. That's 2 minutes of added time to be played. Into ball into James O'Brien, into Micheál Brosnan. Brosnan has a chance. He's tearing down in goal. Brosnan has gone out for a corner. Out for a corner. Two minutes to go probably. Broadford will... Thanks, Lucy. Micheál Brosnan prepares to take the corner. Broadford are leaving 4 behind. Plays it short into James. Oh, lovely turn from James O'Brien. O'Brien now, can he pick out someone inside? He can't. They put it out. Well done, Anthony Barrett. Anthony Barrett's playing a stormer since he came in. Out to John Paul King. King. Back out to Micheál Brosnan. Brosnan. That's a great ball into Ray Lynch. Lynch plays it back across the goal. Oh! Yes! Offside, 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 offside. They haven't seen it yet. CJ Fitzpatrick. CJ Fitzpatrick was the man that the Glin boys didn't even know it was offside. I don't know, he seemed to come from very deep, didn't he? He came from deep, like. No. As the ball is played short, and no, it's not over yet. He's telling him to go back with it. As they take the free, they look to pump it forward. That's a dangerous ball. John Paul King competes in the air. It's all over! score. Broadford United, Desmond Cup champions for 2017. A tremendous victory, with Ray Lynch getting the winning goal in the 5th minute of the first period of extra time to add to his goal in normal time. John, a tremendous performance.
Absolutely, Owen, a great performance. It was one hell of a cup final. I thought we would maybe come in here with win it easy, but it was one hell of a great cup final. Glin should be complimented as well. A very sporting game. They hit hard but fairly, and of course Ray Lynch with 2 goals. But for me, I expect the Desmond League will be picking the man of the match, and I would expect that Hall Brosnan will be that man. But a great game for every one of the Broadford team and panel. And don't forget the panel that was over there.
27, I count.
They introduced 3 men, and the 3 men were fantastic. And there are probably some great players over in that panel that got no game. But they have assisted and helped all one year. And Broadford really needed this victory tonight to culminate in a marvellous season. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, you were saying Hall Brosnan, I'll say Ray Lynch. It'll be one of the 2 of minimum. But we'll try and go in and get a few interviews now, and we'll get the presentation inside of the cup.